Hi there, my name is Janet Gershon-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent author. This month I'm going to be giving NaNoWriMo daily prompts. So today's prompt is a little different from yesterday. And once again, I want to remind listeners that these prompts really can't be strung together into just one story. So you're going to have to create transitions and maybe move things around. The idea is to try to spur you to some activity if you're stumped and just kind of get your juices flowing again. So today's prompt is Hamlet's favorite, indecisive. Now, what is it all about? What do we mean when we say that a particular person is indecisive? Part of this might be kind of a slowness in decision making, which on the virtue side, that's often called prudence. You know, when we weigh and measure and try to figure out whether we should go ahead or we should stop, or whether we should choose one romantic experience versus another, or we are quite literally at a crossroads and we try to figure out which direction we want to go in. And these days, we really live in a hurry-up culture. So indecisiveness is very often kind of a sort of a subset of hesitation, of hesitancy. And we have a lot of trouble with hesitancy these days. We want everybody to sort of chop chop, move quickly, and indecisiveness sort of flies in the face of that. But it also kind of goes along with the idea of an issue not being settled. So the results of the election, for example, were indecisive. We say that so it's telling us that we don't really we're not seeing a clear majority, or the decision's not quite made yet. So a delay is absolutely kind of tied up with this. But it can also be tied up with sort of one or two things being more or less equal. So to kind of look at it in a different manner, and I think that looking at things differently can be extremely inspiring when you're trying to write. So let's sort of flip this. And when we look at an experiment and we say that it's indecisive, I think that the connotations sort of go with all other things being equal, ... fill in here. So if, let's say we were experimenting on, I don't know, whether mosquitoes are more interested in people who wear red clothing versus yellow. And we do our experiment and we look at 1,000 people, and 501 of them are wearing, 500 are wearing blue and 500 are wearing yellow, and 501 of them get stung, and those and the color is virtually, it's almost completely split down the middle. So maybe there's 250 on one side and 251 on the other, and then there's also that other subset, which is actually a rather large minority, where nobody got stung at all. So the results of this experiment really are indecisive. We really can't figure out whether color actually means anything, whether there's a connotation. And now in statistics, you do have correlation. So there is some math behind correlation. So it's not exactly that things really are equal. But when we're talking about common ordinary parlance, we look at something and it's so similar to something else that maybe our lack of decision making on it isn't because we're trying to be difficult. Maybe we're not really trying to be stubborn. Maybe it's just that these two things are so close, we really have a lot of trouble telling them apart. Is there a positive value to not being able to make up your mind? Oh my God, yes. Because after all, if you're trying to settle between the difference between two almost identical evils, it's almost a coin flip for you. And maybe sometimes it's better to sort of wait things out. Maybe the decisions become clearer when we wait. But the real question is, what does indecisiveness mean to you? So finally, once again, my name is Janet Gershon-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer, because an independent writer never has to be alone. Thanks for listening, and good luck with NaNoWriMo.